Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 3. Glad to have the opportunity to explain you all about setting in prose. So let me introduce the member of Group 3. Okay, there is Nadia Amalia Putri, Nur Aini Alivia, Aisyah Safangatin, and Gina Shakila. Next, please. Here is the table of content. These are what we're going to learn today. The first one is what is setting. The second, how many types of settings? What are the examples of settings? Why setting is so important? And the last one is references. So the first subtopic is about the definition of setting, and it would be presented by Gina Sakila. So Gina, the time is yours.
Thank you, Ice, for the opportunities. So what is setting? Setting is a literary element of literature used in novels, short stories, plays, films, etc. Setting defines time and place or when and where the action in a story takes place. A setting usually introduced in the beginning of the story, along with the characters. The setting may also include the environment of the story, which can be made up of the physical location, climate, weather, or social and cultural surroundings.
The next topic is types of setting. There are two types of setting. The first one is backdrop setting. Backdrop setting is a general setting. It could be any town given in a story without any specific quality and feature. A story that has a backdrop setting is timeless and can happen at any point in history or anywhere. The focus is on the lesson or message being delivered. Many fairy tales and children's stories have a backdrop setting. For example, Winnie the Pooh, since the lessons that the characters learn is the point rather than the time period. The second one is integral setting. In a story that has an integral setting, the time and place are important to the story. It is a specific place associated with some specific characters having a specific role to play in the events of the story. For example, a story dealing with a historical setting will have direct impact on the plot. A story that happens in the 1800s will not have technology, so the characters will have to write letter, ride a horse, or take a carriage to visit each other.
Okay, this is my turn to explain about the examples of setting. The example one, as the sun set in the evening sky, Malcolm slowly turned and walked toward his home. All was silent and still. Through the window, he could see his older brother James watching a football game on the TV. James was home from his first year of college in the city. It was lonely at times, but Malcolm felt it was rather nice to not be in James' shadow during his senior year of high school. We can conclude the setting of time, our evening, senior of high school, and modern times because they have a TV. The setting of place is Malcolm's home. The environment, quiet and calm situation. This next example is from J.K. Rowling's book, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. October arrived, spreading a damp chill over the grounds and into the castle. Madame Pomfrey, the nurse, was kept busy by a sudden spate of colds among the staff and students. Her pepper potion worked instantly, so it left the drinker smoking at the ears for several hours afterward. Ginny Weasley, who had been looking pale, was bullied into taking some by Percy. The steam pouring from under her vivid hair gave the impression that her whole head was on fire. Rowling, 1999. Okay, next is the explanation. This excerpt sets a gloomy mood with its setting, particularly with the words damn chill. It's October and the characters are students, so we assume young as setting of time. They are in a school dormitory, which is a castle as a setting of place. Since the season is fall, we know that the students are getting sick because of the cold. The idea that they are using a potion hints that the time period is long ago in the past or some fantasy time period.
Then the next topic is the importance of the setting in prose. Setting gives a context to the character's action in a storyline. It can also create a new mood or how the reader of the viewer feels. It is easier to understand why the character in the story are doing what they are doing when we know where they are. The time of the day, time of year, and ages of the characters will also affect how they act and what they say. All forms of literature will have some form of setting. Even backdrop settings have an age range of the characters, which is part of time and a location, either indoors or out, for example. Without a setting, readers and viewers cannot follow a story plot.
Okay, next. These are some references that support our discussion today. And last but not least, thank you for listening. Thank you for all your attention. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.